Well, good morning, everybody. And no, that was not a break when this is bid in the bag. But, anyways, um, I hear people speaking a lot about peace and destroying other people's peace, and I got a response to that. These days, a lot of people don't even know what real peace is or where it comes from. And for the ones that do know, when people are trying to take it or steal it or destroy it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They don't realize they're waging war against God. If your true peace, if your peace comes from God, that's true peace. That's something that no one can take away. Um, it's not monetary value. It's not clothes, makeup, shoes, perfume. It's not um, anything that you can buy. Money can't buy this type of peace. And this is the only type of peace that God can give you, not from another human being on this earth, any other, entity or whatever. No idols or anything. This cannot be purchased. This cannot be sold. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's a God-given peace that you have, which is the peace that I have. See, the worldly things don't make me. That's why I lived. Back in the day, I would say that it would. I would have been saying a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? Some of the same, but a little bit differently because I did find peace um, in other things. You know what I'm saying? Security, and monetary value. Worrying about like if I have enough clothes, if I had enough food, different stuff like that. And now that I've been through so much, I've so much taken from me and everything. And like, when I've been through hurricanes, you can lose completely everything. And the only thing you still have left is God. I've done lost family completely. Only thing I still have left is but God. And this is even starting at a young age. So just imagine me, I'm 48 years old, going through this throughout a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? A whole life. So I'll be 50 in 2 years. So just imagine, you know, that you keep, you're going to lose things to life. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose family members, whether it's to death or just God taking them out your life or you removing yourself out of their lives. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, whatever purpose, you know what I'm saying? But the point is that you can't think that anything that is not forever is real peace. You know what I'm saying? Because you die when someone died, what do? You feel sad. It disrupts your peace. For some of you, when you lose things, it disrupts your peace. When certain people come around, it disrupts your peace. When something's stolen, it disrupts your peace. But things in life, everything that you lose, you're gonna get back. And things in life, especially if they're taken from you, you know what I'm saying? And it was something you're meant to have, you're gonna get it back. There's laws that not just political laws or man-made laws, but just spiritual laws. You know what I'm saying? But um, people focus so much on these worldly things and think that everybody is about these worldly things. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have furniture. I'm not even concerned about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean that's something that's needed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have company. You know what I'm saying? If I was to have company, then I definitely need furniture. But eventually that will happen. But I'm not concerning myself about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not concerning myself about running out of this or that or another because I have God. I know God is going to provide. He's the most providing benefactor. He's the everything over my whole life. So when somebody try to wage war against me, they're not waging war against me. They're waging it with God. When somebody try to compete with me, the reason why I don't even notice is because you're competing with God. You're not competing with me. You're competing with what God has done and is doing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even worry about people trying to copy me or imitate me. I just don't like being around those type of people because they're not genuine, not real. They're fake. You know, I don't like being around unauthentic people. Um, I value myself as being genuine and authentic. You know what I'm saying? It's not a pride thing, but it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's just who I am, a part of who I am. And I don't like anybody being less than who they are being around me. I don't, that's just not how I roll. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when you get closer to God and you have a strong relationship with Him, when the world has let you down, people have let you down, material things break, they tear, they rip, they fade, they, you know what I'm saying? Just like beauty, don't find peace in that. I don't find peace in that. I find all my peace comes from God. It's not something that can be bought, can be sold, that can be given away, thrown away, or anything. Because it's God is in me. He's all around me. It's I've embraced and I've surrendered. So that's where my peace come from. And a lot of people just don't can't fathom that because their minds are still carnal and they're living and thinking with a carnal mindset. So I don't worry about things like that. I don't worry about, you know, just a lot of the things that people do because I know God's in control. When everything's said and done, can't nobody beat God. Can't nobody whoop God. And another thing, I'm not fixing to be willing to cross God because God can, you know what I'm saying, allow you to be punished worse than any man here on earth can ever do to you. So that's one thing I would never do is go against the Most High. That's out. You know what I'm saying? I won't compromise. I won't not giving in to evil. That's just point blank period. Not giving in to wickedness. That's just point blank period. You know what I'm saying? And just because other people do things doesn't mean that I have to do it. Matter of fact, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be like anybody else. I like me. I like who I am. I like who God created me to be. You know what I'm saying? And I know who I am. So I love myself for it. And I thank God. I'm grateful for God for creating me the way that He's created me. And in return, I'm showing Him as much love and adornment and giving Him praise and worship and telling others about Him and everything. And I'm not going to stop doing that. See, people can take things from you, but they can't take God away from you. And God will never leave you nor forsake you. You can try to walk away from Him all you want, but He's still going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. I love so much about God. But see, one thing is God gives you a lot of chances. People don't. You feel what I'm saying? Some people never forgive people at all. God is a forgiving God. He's a sovereign God. He knows everything. He can do everything. He knows all things. He's created all things. He's taken away all things. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And the sooner people realize where true peace comes from and what true peace is, when you feel it, you're never going to want to let it go, you know, ever. And this, like a typical day for me, is, you know, just thinking about God and all the things that He's done. And, you know, not just for me, but in the lives of other people. I just think it's just so wonderful and so beautiful. And that gives me peace. There's so many aspects in so many different areas and so many different aspects that I can't even think about it all in one day or a week or a month or a year. You know what I'm saying? Because God just keeps doing things, just keeps doing things. Not just for me, but for other people as well. I love listening to people's testimonies and how great God has done in their lives. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just those such beautiful stories, just like the stories in the Bible, because that's history, that was life, and right now we're living in this life. It's like they say, it's all of what you make of it, because God gives you a choice. You can make it greater with Him, or you can make it harder with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? We have a choice. But I rather stick with God, because I don't like things that are temporary. Um, like the worldly things are temporary. God's peace and love is forever, is eternal. You know what I'm saying? And I quite like that. And the more I think about it, it makes me happy and it brings me more peace. So some of you enemies are not going to understand it, because you're so focused on being prideful, sinful, greedy, envious, jealousy, and everything. You're still thinking with the carnal mind. You can't destroy God. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You just can't do it. And enemy, I mean, even the devil knows that he can't destroy God. He's not even trying to destroy God. He's just trying to destroy God's people. He's using God's people to try to destroy each other. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, dumb is dumb, smart is smart. You do the math. But anyways, yeah. As long as you got God in your heart, everywhere you'll always have this peace. And your peace to get greater, the greater your love is, the more you surrender, the more you give your heart and you let go of the worldly things, you know what I'm saying? And just don't worry, God will provide, you know what I'm saying? Even in the hardest and toughest of times, even when it seems like, because God makes ways out of no way, you know what I'm saying? Just walk with Him, be with Him, and you will see. And like I said, He is greater than your enemies. God is greater than your problems. He is greater than any blood relatives that you have. He is the one. You know what I'm saying? He's the most high. There's nothing and nobody greater than God. Never will, never has been, and never will be. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to surrender. You know what I'm saying? Just surrender to Him. And people seems like, oh well, I don't want to stop doing this, I don't want to stop doing that, because all this, that, and another. Well, baby, that's just temporary, but that's how you want to live your life, and then that's how you want to die. That is not the way to go at all. This life here is temporary. I want to live eternally with the Most High. So if there's things here on earth that I have to sacrifice to live eternally, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be always under the will of God, living in the goodness of God, regardless how everything might look on the outside. I really don't care how that looks. I know how everything is on the inside. And see, the enemy can't see that. He can see some things, but he can't see all things. He don't know what you're thinking. And then if you're praying silently, he can't hear your prayers and your conversations between you and the Most High either. You feel what I'm saying? So there's peace there. If you're always being watched, pray secret prayers. Pray in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Speak to God in the spirit. Everybody don't have to know everything about you. They don't have to know what you're saying to God. They don't have to hear your conversation. God's not going to tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now, He might use somebody to answer those prayers, or to meet your needs, or to do whatever it is to help you get to whatever it is you ask for, but He's not going to tell. So that's all I had to say for today. And stay blessed. Oh, and internal, eternal peace with God. Internal and eternal peace that nothing and nobody can take away. That's true peace. It's abundance of peace. You know, but you got to disconnect from the world, from these worldly things, these different tools that the devil can use against you. Disconnect from that. And I know it takes some work because it took a long time, but disconnect, detach. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a lot emotional. I don't get happy, excited over like a lot of frivolous things because I'm not connected to those things. I don't feel a connection to physical things whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? The only connection I feel is through God, is with God. And I love that. And that's how I connect with other people, is through God, through their spirits. If I can't connect with you, then there's something wrong with you spiritually. And that's real talk. If I don't like you, it's I don't like the spirit in you, or I don't like the things that you're doing, but then something is wrong because I'm going to sense that before I even meet you, before you even come up on me. I'm going to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just like that. That's God keeps his man. I'm just saying, it's a lot more that comes with God than just peace and love. Not just the blessings, not just the miracles, not just the leveling up, but it's so much more internally that some of these things I can't even explain, you know. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful way of life. It's a beautiful way of being. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so grateful. More grateful for that than anything else in this world. You know what I'm saying? But be blessed. Be at peace. I pray that people turn their lives over to God so that way you can feel what I feel. So you can be where God wants you to be. You know, you might not have much, but you have a lot more than most. And I'd rather be spiritually rich than physically rich. You feel what I'm saying? And maybe people might say that's dumb. Well, it's dumb. I mean, to each his own, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's dumb to concentrate on things that I can't take, concentrate on what I can have eternally than what I can't take with me when I die. You feel what I'm saying? And I know this is life and I'm still living. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with abundance. There's nothing wrong with money. There's nothing wrong with having this, that, and another. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying your priorities. Make sure your priorities first is lining up with God's will, with what He wants you to have internally. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're invested in that because it's your soul at stake. It's your spirit. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? These are things that you can't buy. Things, I mean, and people are selling it. But I'm just saying, these are things you can't go shopping in the store for it. These are things God gives you for a purpose. He has a purpose for each and every one of us. Our spiritual gifts aligns with our purposes. You know what I'm saying? And don't let anybody tell you, well, you shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that. If you're doing right and you're walking in God's will, listen to what God is telling you. Answer His call. Hear His voice. Pray. Go to that quiet spot, that prayer closet, or in your prayer closet, whatever. Make sure you keep your personal relationship with God, and make sure that you keep your personal relationship with God personal. That's the whole point. Keep it personal, you know. That's just between you and him. You can have family, you can have friends and everything, but that person one-on-one relationship with him, keep that just between y'all two. Or actually I'll say four because it's triune. So 3 in 1. And you'll see what I'm saying. And hopefully sooner than later. Pray everyone have a blessed day. I truly, truly do. I don't wish any ill will on anybody, even my enemies. I don't. Um, I don't have to, because God is going to deal with them the way He chooses to deal with them. I don't have to do anything, and that's another thing. When God keeps you, He keeps you. Trust and believe. But I love you guys, and be blessed and be the light. Oh, and to Quasi Ahmad Ali, don't give up on your videos. Keep posting, because just because people aren't subscribing on your channels now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen later, especially if you got a lot of followers on other social media accounts. um, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just keep on posting, because what you're posting is informational, and you're talking about things that a lot of people don't talk about, and a lot of chosen ones need to hear it, because some may be too scared to speak out, or maybe going through that, and then you're inspiring them and motivating them to speak out by listening to you speak out. You know what I'm saying? And then your strength too, it overflows. So that's another reason why I watch your channel. So just because you don't have a lot of subscribers, don't worry about it. People are watching you, and I'm pretty sure God God's gonna make a way. You're gonna have more subscribers. Thank you guys, and have a blessed day. Oh, and Samson K, happy belated birthday. I'm sorry, on your birthday, I was working hard, couldn't do a video, couldn't post or anything like that. So happy birthday. But you guys have a blessed day, and keep it 100. Stay prayed up.